Hey, hello everybody. I know not many people are up this time of night, but for those who are, my name's Matt from King's Artificers, and today is day 4 of my Learning to Draw series. Normally I would be doing this in the mornings, but today I spent the day with the family, and so I have to do it now at night time. So today, tonight, I'm going to be working on skull constructions, construction drawing, like the foundational sort of, the lines that people put everywhere. So I'm going to be working on that, and particularly faces and skulls, and just going to do a series of different faces and see how they turn out. I'm probably going to do about maybe 10 or so. And yeah, just going to give it a crack. All right, let's see where we're up to. I should really be putting the days on these, but anyway, that's fine. It's the 1st of the 8th. 20. Let's put day 4. Right, scroll down a bit so you can see what's going on. Yeah, you guys are going to get a bit of shadow. Let's see if this works. Huzzah! Wow. Well, it's very bright. Let's see. Maybe we'll turn that off. Too bad. Alrighty. So I'm going to be doing some drawing. Let's do 3 to start with. At the top. So the plan for these is that you're supposed to do a circle, a sphere, and then you put a little thing on the bottom of the sphere, like kind of like an angled thing, like that, kind of tapered thing rather. And do a line down the middle, show the facing of the thing, and it's kind of up like that. Ooh, really need to work on my ears, huh? I've been working my way through the different pencils. So today I'm going to be using a 6B pencil, which is the darkest one that I have available at the moment. And I have been looking at different tutorials to kind of get a grip on how to approach this. So hopefully it's somewhat less novice than maybe it might have been. I'm not sure how they do, where they do the place the nose exactly. Let's just try there. And the lips kind of around there. Eyes on the line. I think I'm pretty rubbish at drawing lines, eye lines rather. Especially that one apparently. Let's try that. Maybe some. That'll be like the blandest eyebrows I've done, or anyone's ever done. But we keep on going, guys. We keep on going. Okay, so that's a head shape. Let's try doing I think they call it a 3/4 view or something like that. Where the face is kind of looking off to the side a bit. So I think it's like Start on the side here. This little chin. Maybe a big chin. And then there's like the jaw. And then somewhere around here is a thing like that. Holy mackerel, I made some enormous ears. This guy's going to be a bit of a Fruit Loop. All right, I need to do the facing line, I think you call it. Not sure. And then, like, I don't know, maybe something like that. Alright, we've got to go to, we've done the ear, do the other side of the skull, I think. It's like that. And then about here for the nose, roughly. A little bit lower for the mouth. And the bottom of the lips is there, something like that. And, when we get to this point, it's kind of going to put the eyebrow going out, and then the cheekbone going out as well, kind of like that. And put in some eyes. They might be too close together, but whatever. Let's do some blocky. All right, that's. Ooh, that does not look right. Well, that's why we're practicing. All right, and let's do a profile one as well. Now, I think profile ones tend to be a little bit more kind of an egg shape, but on its side, I guess you'd say. You kind of start it like that and do one of these, and one of those, and one of them. And those kind of comes out roughly like this. And then we got a lip. Something along like that. And there's a oh, that's a bear. Hey. Breaking out rubber. Breaking out the rubber. I don't know how they get their lines so kind of angular. Anyway, do what you can. So the facing line is like there, so on the side. But I guess you kind of put it maybe a little bit lower than that, actually. I know there's some kind of rule about these things, right? Like you know, a mathematical equation for this, but I don't know what it is exactly. So anyway. Ugh, my eyebrows always look so squiggly. Okay, well, that does not work. Does not work at all, my friends. So, like, let's bring it a bit closer again. All right, so it's kind of a shape of a head. All right. Ugh, just looks so weird with that jawline there. Maybe you need like the neck. Where's the neck come in? Does the neck come in there? Sort of. All right. So there's that. How do I look? Let's have a look at our. Oh, we got two people looking. Hey, it's Wifey. Oh, you can't see a damn thing, can you? I am drawing some head constructions. I wonder if there's a way I can make it clearer. Maybe if I turn off this overhead light. Is that better or worse? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it now. Right, yeah, I think I need to just do a whole bunch of these. So let's try again. This guy's got a flat head. There's a thick neck. What else? Can you hear me, by the way? I wonder if my microphone's actually working. That's a great question. Oh, yeah, apparently it's working. Just need to turn up the audio. I don't know, the gain. That's the one. Let's try turning up the gain at the back there. Is that better? Worse. Blip, 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 blip. Apparently it didn't make a difference. Okay, let's do some more head constructions. So I take it that these are mostly featuring men's ones. I think the female versions are kind of more pointed, less chinny chin chin. Oh, got a bit of a sideways face here. Yeah, should definitely not be using such a dark lead for this. Now, I kind of need to figure out eyes. Man, my eye shapes suck. very good, but yeah. All right, let's get some more tutorials going because I am not very good at this. Okay, so this is Proko, who's drawing stuff.
Hey guys, welcome to Proko. My name is Stan Prokopenko. It's been 6 years since I made my first Loomis Head drawing video, and since then I've gotten a lot of questions regarding the Loomis method. So I think it's a good time to take a second look at it, do a bunch of quick sketches, and give you guys some tips on using the Loomis method, and that should help you get some better wrap around, kind of like an equator, like a rubber band. That's where the eyebrows are going to be. And I'm kind of wrapping this kind of like as a rubber band around the head. You'll see when we look up or down, it's not going to be a straight line like that. It'll wrap around kind of like an equator, like a rubber band. And then from the bottom of this oval, which isn't the bottom of the circle, but the bottom of this oval here, we bring another parallel line across. That gives us the nose. We drop that down, and that gives us the chin. If this is too fast for you guys, go watch the initial series because that's where I really teach the method. This is just going to be a quick overview. From here, we attach the jaw from the brow, side plane, down to the chin, and then from about a vertical halfway on the side plane, that's kind of where that jaw starts. It'll be different on different people, and I'll show you guys how to change proportions. But right now, I'm just drawing an average person. Actually, I made this jaw taller than the middle third, which on him, it actually is. That bottom from the nose down to the chin is actually longer from the nose to the brows. But right now, I'm drawing an average Loomis head. Later on, I will modify the Loomis heads to fit the exact subject. There you go. There's your average Loomis head. And then from here, we got to divide the jaw in front and side planes. So the side of the chin starts right there. And then I kind of just bring it down from the corner of the forehead. And there you go. So you got front plane, side plane. And you'll typically see core shadows or highlights along these planes, except in here where the eye socket is. And that's going to be a socket, right? So it's not, you're not going to have a corner of a plane there, which I will talk about a little more later. Basically, there's my quick sketch. This would be a complete Loomis head quick sketch. I wouldn't really go any further than that if I'm just doing a quick sketch. Maybe I'll do a center line.
Okay. Let's I'm gonna change out the pencil here so it's a bit lighter. Let's go back to a 2B. All right, so he's got a. Just want to redo this sketch.
Attach a jaw to it with like a triangular boxy shape. That sphere cranium, we're going to chop off the side because the side of our head is kind of flat, right? So we got to make sure we kind of chop that off. That's a flat plane. And then in a neutral pose from the middle, that's where the eyebrows are going to be. And I'm kind of wrapping this kind of like as a rubber band around the head. You'll see when we look up or down, it's not going to be a straight line like that. It'll wrap around kind of like an equator, like a rubber band. And then from the bottom of this oval, which isn't the bottom of the circle, but the bottom of this oval here, we bring another parallel line across. That gives us the nose. We drop that down, and that gives us the chin. If this is too fast for you guys, go watch the initial series because that's where I really teach the method. This is just going to be a quick overview. From here, we attach the jaw from the brow, side plane, down to the chin, and then from about a vertical halfway on the side plane, that's kind of where that jaw starts. It'll be different on different people, and I'll show you guys how to change proportions. But right now, I'm just drawing an average person. Actually, I made this jaw taller than the middle third, which on him, it actually is taller than the middle third, which on him, it actually is. that bottom from the nose down to the chin is actually longer from the nose to the brows. But right now I'm drawing an average Loomis head. Later on, I will modify the Loomis heads to fit the exact subject. There you go. There's your average Loomis head. And then from here, we got to divide the jaw in front and side plane. So the side of the chin starts right there.
Whoa, there, Tiger. All right, so he goes down. His circle, his thing goes down longer than mine, but anyway. Oh, I think my trouble is I made it too long. Yeah, proportion-wise, that's probably about right. All right, let's keep going.
There, and then I kind of just bring it down from the corner of the forehead. And there you go. So you got front plane, side plane. And you'll typically see core shadows or highlights along these planes, except in here where the eye socket is, and that's going to be a socket, right? So it's not, you're not going to have a corner of a plane there, which I will talk about a little more later. Basically, there's my quick sketch. This would be a complete Loomis head quick sketch. I wouldn't really go any further than that if I'm just doing quick sketch. Maybe I'll do a center line if I'm just doing a Loomis head quick sketch. Like usually I don't do Loomis head quick sketch. Usually I'll just do I'll go a little bit further than that and add features and some more construction lines in there. But in this lesson, I'm focusing just on Loomis heads and then maybe the occasional simple neck attachment to that. Okay, so there you go. There's a nice Loomis head. This is a nice guide to then help me put features on top of that. Let's go on to the next pose. And this to then help.
I don't know whether you guys can see that, but I've done a thingy. Try this guy's Loomis head sketch or something like that. I mean, it seems to work okay. Let's try the next one of it. Now I'm going to have to make sure that when I finish my stream and put the details in that I have copied his YouTube video because I don't want to get copyright struck. All right, let's see what his next thing is.
Help me put features on top of that.
Let's go on to the next quickly pose. Draw heads with the Loomis
method. Next
method.
pose, we got Yoni, and he is looking down, and so we're looking down at the top of his head. So I'm going to start with that cranial.
So it just does it super light to start with. Let's try that.
Ball again. The first step is always just a ball. Now the side plane, where do I chop it off? That'll depend on the side to side turn, the up and down, not so much, but the tilt left and right. So side to side, this is a much more front angle. So I'm going to see less of the side, more front. this is about half and half. And also, he's kind of tilting his head. It's not straight up and down. So a few things will happen. One, this cylinder or this oval will be narrower. And also, I'm tilting it to kind of go with the angle of the head. The height of that oval relative to the ball is going to stay pretty much the same. And when we have such a front straight on angle, what happens is on this far side, we're actually going to have to chop off a little bit of that as well. Because, we're chopping this off and we're seeing an oval. On the other side, we won't see an oval because it's in the back there. But we do have to chop this piece off. And so I like to do that just to kind of help me visualize the rest of it. Okay, so there would be the top of the head. This is kind of like the forehead. And then from the middle, I'm going to bring a line downward. Remember, this is wrapping around the head. And since he's tilting down, it's not going to be a straight line across. Now we have to wrap around the ball. So this is now the brow ridge line. Kind of tilting that. This is going to be parallel to the tilt of the head, right? Because they're both going up and down. And then from there, we're going to wrap the same parallel line across. And then drop another one down to the chin. And in here, you're getting foreshortening. It depends on really how close you are to the model. But in general, the thirds will get smaller and smaller as they go away from you, but just a little bit. Don't push it too much. Otherwise, unless the camera's like right there, right next to the person, then you'll see some really extreme foreshortening. Just keep that in mind so that you don't do the opposite effect. Unless that is the type, the person's type, where their jaw is just bigger than the forehead. Then you can push it that way against foreshortening, but then we're not drawing the average anymore. And it's deliberate at that point. You're doing that on purpose. And then...
All right, hold up. Let's go back a few steps there. So when he gets to this point where these are, he kind of goes down a bit more, which is interesting. Like that. All right, let's
then
keep
you
going.
can push it that way against foreshortening, but then we're not drawing the average anymore. And it's deliberate at that point. You're doing that on purpose. And then we can find the hairline by, again, kind of dropping or curving the same parallel line around. And this is a top plane. All of this is top plane. Front plane, side plane. And that's it. There's my quick sketch Loomis head. Okay, so now we got a perfect side view of Veronica. So again, we start with the ball. And then from a side view, this oval, this side plane that we chop off, it's just going to be right in the middle of that circle. So you have a circle within a circle. You could put it in, or you could just ignore it.
Try.
I'll put it in just so I have my size reference. As a reminder for you guys, it's going to be about 2/3 of the height. The side plane is about 2/3 of the height of the full circle. We got 1/6 on both top and bottom, and that's 2/3. But again, like these measurements are for the perfect average person. Usually it's not going to be like that. Usually you're going to have to change proportions. And so usually I do a more intuitive method. And I'll show you that later. But right now, let's get this perfect side view. So drop from the forehead down to the chin, that angle. Okay, so this from the middle of the circle going in here, that's the brow ridge. Then from here, parallel line, that's the nose, and then drop equal distance. There's the chin. Perpendicular line in the middle, that's where the jaw starts. So I'm attaching the jaw, and actually that might be a little taller, maybe like that. Bottom of the jaw to the neck. Okay, and the hairline, again, from here, hairline. So you got these equal thirds on an average person. Hairline, brow, nose, chin. Okay.
It is an interesting way of doing it, that's for sure. Equal thirds, I reckon. So, it's interesting.
One more thing I want to point out from a side view is that the height and the depth, the width from front to back, is going to be the same. So it fits into a square, but it's not from this front plane. It's from the tip of the nose, and again, an average length nose. So, like say the nose is here, this length is equal to that length, and that works out. And then to the back, it doesn't go to the hair because the hair changes so much, right? Could be a bald person, could be someone with very large hair in the back. So it's from the tip of the nose to the back of the skull. And then this is actually where the hair is. So when you're measuring people from photos, keep in mind that there's a bunch of mass, a bunch of distance from the head to the hair. So really quickly, I'm going to just add a little bit of a little indication of this nose, brow ridge. I like to bring out the muzzle of the lips and the teeth, and then that back in for the chin, and the chin comes out again. From a side view, the eye socket is just going to be this like rectangular shape. like that. Right in there is the top of the cheekbone is like the bottom of the eye socket, like this rhythm, and it goes to the top of the ear. So like this, the top of the cheekbone is like the bottom of the eye socket, like this rhythm, and it goes to the cheekbone is like the bottom of the eye socket, like this rhythm, and it goes to the top of the ear. So now, how do you apply this method on people that don't fit the average proportions? I'll show you tomorrow. Hope you guys are enjoying the 12 Days of Croco Quick Sketch Edition. If you missed some episodes, I'll have links to all 12 down in the description. So go check them out. Subscribe.
It's an interesting method of doing it. I think it's slightly more work than another way of doing it, but having said that, I think I feel more comfortable with this as a base than some other way of doing it. Particularly this 3/4 image looks way better than this one up here, for instance. Even this, to some respect, is a little better than so basically you can do these ones with it. I don't know about the math in this. Obviously there is math in this, that, you know, the perfect thirds and whatnot for average things, but yeah, I still don't know where to place things necessarily. Does it look like it places here? Probably. Yeah, here. So it's gonna be like something like that. Yeah, and you got your kind of hairline. This is supposed to be eyeline, right? Or no, maybe. One, two, three. Maybe it's supposed to be eyeline. I don't know. Yeah, this feels like a nose to me. I don't know. Well, I'll have to do some more, but oh, okay, I've gone over my time. So I'll show you where I ended up with some of my sketches. The top one looks quite funny, but it's got more detail. And this one, I think, was my favorite before I stuffed it up by adding ears and half a what do you call it? Half a hairline. It would be interesting to. I guess this has got to be eyeline, right? Yeah. I don't know what that makes the rest of it. Anyway, I'll have to come back to this another time. I definitely feel more comfortable starting with this than one of these other versions of it. But this Loomis method seems more comforting, but a lot more work. It's not that much more work once you know what you're doing, but yeah. All right, I think I'll have to do some more head constructions as well as body constructions, stuff like that later. But anyway, an hour a day, huh? Wow. Oh yeah, I should show you guys before I log off. So I did do some drawing elsewhere when I was at my family's place. I'll show you some of the crude sketches. I was trying to work on head designs as well. And so I did some work on hands too. So this one's a fail. And this one's not great. Neither's this one necessarily. I think this is the only hand one I'm moderately happy with. But then I started doing these. I did the hoodie one. The hoodie looks kind of okay. You probably can't see it because anyway, the focus is a bit weird. And so this one on the left, this is what happens when I try to do hair on my own. I'll get there. Anyway, so I started doing these other ones, like hair ones. Again, the face is a bit off. This one's kind of better, but still not perfect. And then I did a little bit of the kind of face modeling, but I kept stuffing it up. So anyway, I'll keep hacking on, but that's where I'm up to at the moment. Yeah, signing off. This is Matt from King's Artificers. Hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Sometime. Don't know what time. All right. Bye.